Hey guys, Coach Kodo here from Icons Rugby. How's it going? Had a interesting conversation last week around comms, communication, and it really got me thinking at how this world's moving and how things are kind of starting to take form in the fact that we can communicate on so many different levels. Face to face is the most limited style of communication, and everything's moving digitally, as we all know, and messages and audios and all this kind of stuff. And it really frustrates me at how people don't treat messaging and audios in the same way as a face-to-face conversation. Now, this is really funny because I love communication. I love the essence of communication. I love how powerful it is and how it can basically change a whole situation. Okay? Now, the funniest thing is that I deal with people who are between the ages of 13 and 65 plus. I deal with people who are flat broke or students living in the parents' home, all the way up to multi-billion-dollar CEOs of, global companies. Okay? So I see it all. And the funniest thing that I see is people who have 3 jobs and busy as and all this kind of stuff who sit at that middle level of operation. And the people below, the differences, the number one thing I see is your effectiveness to communicate information. Now, it's really funny because I see these highly successful people, either as coaches or CEOs and all this kind of stuff, and they treat communication forms as face-to-face. You know they do. You can see it. So what I'm talking about is that they might receive a message. Now, you need to understand these people are 10 times busier than you. Well, they're not 10 times busier as in time, but they're 10 times more effective with their results. So I would say they're busier because a higher standard of results equals a higher amount of pressure equals that they are actually busier than you. Okay? Now, they communicate super effectively. And the successful ones I've seen have one very big thing in common. When they receive a message, they respond promptly. Now, promptly to me is, and as soon as you've seen it, if you can see it, you can respond to it. So all this communication going out there, Facebook, WhatsApp, all these kind of communication channels, you can see when someone has seen your message. You can see where they've viewed it. All right? I'm not talking about the little dots as they're replying. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you can see when someone has opened your message. Okay? The successful people will respond promptly. Now, promptly to me is they respond either straight away or they let you know, or it's within a small period with a reason why they didn't get back to you straight away. Okay? It's not something where they are followed up on 4 to 5 times. Hey, where's this information? Hey, where's this information? Hey, where's this information? Okay? Now, responding promptly is not giving the information. Let's say person A, okay? Let's say person A asks person B a question, okay? Person B does not need the answer to respond. They do not need the answer. They can simply give question A a timeline or a reason or the answer. Now, what I mean by timeline is, hey A, I can't get to this right now. I'll probably be able to get to it tonight or tomorrow morning. I'll get back to you then. Cool, no problem. Hey A, I'm super busy for the next 4 or 5 days. Do you need this immediately or, can you sort this out yourself? Give the answer. The question might have been, hey, do you know the information about John, Barry and Harry? Yeah, man, I do. It's this and this. Or no, I don't. What is it? The answer. But you don't need to give the answer. So many people stop this because they don't have this. Okay? Now, in a human context, not everyone, yes, we want the answer, but we just want to be treated with respect. Okay? People want to be communicated to. It's all moved to a digital form. Waiting for this answer is like, let's say you ask me a question and I stare at the camera for 45 minutes, all right, without nothing. How long are you going to stand there and watch a blank person? What is it going to do to you? You've asked a question, you want a result, you want some kind of feedback. This person just wants acknowledgement. Okay? They just want to be loved. That's all. They just want to know that you respect them enough and respect their time and what they're trying to do to give an answer. Okay? That's all it is. It's simple communication. Now, by not giving that answer, you create a chain of events, and I don't mean answer as in, I should have changed that, by not giving that response of acknowledgement of receiving their question. Hey bro, got that. Hey man, I've seen that. Hey, I've done that. Hey, I'll get to this on this time. Hey, sorry man, I haven't been able to do this. A simple response. If you can see it, if you have enough time to open your phone and see a message, you have enough time to send a reply. Okay? It's the same as if we treat every written context as face-to-face. Okay? Now, this person might have C, D, and E all waiting on this information. Now, because you decide, well, I don't have the answer, so I'm going to give them nothing. C, D, and E following up A saying, where's this, where's this, where's this? A's like, shit, I don't know, I'm waiting on B. Now, all these people think you're incompetent. All these people think, wow, what the fuck? Why can't you get that message? Why can't you do this? What's taking so long? What? You create a whole line of communication down here of questions. Now, if you'd simply responded within a promptly time frame saying, hey, A, I'll get to this in 4 days, or I can't get to this right now, I'm extremely busy, I don't know when I'm going to get to it, A then has the opportunity to solve that problem. A can sit there and go to C, D, E saying B's swamped, B's under pressure, B can't do this right now, I'm going to go find it out here or do here, here, and here. Or B said they'd get to it tomorrow, is tomorrow okay? Yes, no problem. If they say no, then you can communicate back to B and say, man, this is super urgent, I need this now. Now this is so crazily important to footy because this is how communication happens on a field. It's one-way communication. People tell people what to do. Now, I know how important this underlining message is, that if I'm player A and I've got player B, okay, and I tell him I've got his inside and he responds to me saying, sweet, bro, take the inside, then I know and he knows we have confidence in each other that we can do our job. Okay? B can worry about whatever he's doing because he's busy, he's got stuff on. Same as A. Now, this is my biggest kind of pet hate around communication because it really seems as though people only want to communicate answers rather than having conversations. And they say they're fucking busy. Okay? If you're so busy, then you can't read the communication. If you're that busy, you can't read it. Okay? Simple things like, hey man, what's going on? Hey, what's up? Stuff like that. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about as you grow and as you develop as a person, your ability to communicate becomes the defining factor of your success. Because you can work your ass off as much as you want, but if you don't know how to communicate and you have bad communication channels, it's going to fall apart. I know 100%. The reason I've been able to achieve what I've achieved so far and will go on to achieve more is because I'm working hard on developing a communication style and channel that gets me results. Okay? Fastly and promptly than any other individual. And because I can communicate on a higher function and more rapidly, I can consume and develop more information and I can spread more knowledge, which means I can attain more results because I can operate higher. Okay? And I've seen this firsthand from super successful people throughout the world in no matter what language it is, how they communicate reflects their results. Urgency around communication and just responses on time frames, okay, is super crucial. And if you're a person who really if someone has to follow up with you, then you failed. You have failed. Okay? You failed to communicate them effectively a timeline. You failed to effectively communicate them your situation. You failed to effectively communicate them anything else. You failed. Okay? I hate it when people follow up with me because it means I've missed something or I haven't treated them with enough respect and dignity that they deserve to have some kind of response. Everyone deserves it. Okay? And I'm not talking chit chat, hey, how you going, all that kind of rubbish. I'm talking about if someone asks you something or presents you with something or engages a communication channel with you, you must respond effectively and fast, all right? If you want to increase your ability to achieve, okay? Imagine and all it is importance. Because if your boss comes around and says, hey, Barry, where's ABC? You respond straight away. But if your coworker comes around and says, hey, Barry, where's ABC? You might go, oh, I'll respond to him later. What makes your boss more important than your coworker on a human basis level of communication? We're not talking about giving them more time. We're not talking about giving them more, higher ranking in a position or anything like that. We're talking about human communication channels. So, guys, my biggest thing I have here is written communication is the same as face-to-face, and treat it like that. Treat it like face-to-face communication. Every time you don't respond to someone, you are disrespecting them as a person. And if you've missed it or done it unintentionally, then make sure you apologize before they follow up with you. Okay? Everyone knows everyone's busy, and it's a fucking cop-out to say, hey bro, I was so busy, didn't get to this. That's fucking a joke, man. It just means that it's not important to you. And you have no idea who person A is reporting to or working with. So don't think you're any bigger than them. So guys, that's kind of my rant on communication. It's a big one and it's huge for me. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any questions or any things around that, I'd love to hear it. I know myself, this is a big work on for me because it's never good enough. But guys, thank you all for watching, and it's Coach Curto from Icons Rugby. I'm out. Peace.